Welcome to another 60-minute sports video. I'm your host. My name is Christopher ZIDANE Matthews, the rational one.
And I'm VENGA, the irrational one.
Alright, so today we will discuss everything reggae boy. As you know, we have basically a must-win game against the United States of America on Tuesday. So we will discuss one of the main discussion points surrounding the last game, and for a while a lot of criticism have been pushed towards Leon Bailey for his lack of quality in terms of what we see from him when he plays for Genk, when he played for Genk, when he played for Leverkusen, and while he's now at Aston Villa. We saw that first game, that full debut, when he was brilliant, and we saw what he did at Leverkusen and saw what he did in the Europa League for the most part for Genk as well. Many persons are saying that we are not seeing the same performance, and they are heavily critical of Leon Bailey. So we'll discuss that. We'll also tell you that Roofe is injured and has flown back to his club and will not be a part of the team for that game. We can confirm that.
That's the USA game.
That's the USA game. And many persons have been criticizing Theodore Tapper Whitmore for the limited amount of time that he gave Mikel Antonio. I'm understanding from good sources that Mikel Antonio was struggling leading up to the game. He did not train 2 days leading up to the fixture in El Salvador, and for most of the time that he was on the bench, he was in the locker room and they were working on his muscles. So he had a muscle issue and did not train 2 days prior to the game and was in the locker room while the game was going on getting treatment. So clearly there was a muscle issue. So maybe Tapper should not take a lot of flack for the limited of time that Mikel Antonio spent on the field.
Well, I just want to explore a little. For some players, and I'm not saying this is what it is for this specific case as it relates to Mikel Antonio, but I don't know what the contractual arrangement is between club and JFF, because you may not be aware, but there may be stipulation from the club in terms of how many minutes he should play, and that may be an arrangement or the terms and conditions of him being released by the club to play. As I've said, it's speculation, and I'm not gonna go into it too far. But Leon Bailey has been getting some amount of flack from the public as to the star-like performance that we're accustomed to see him playing, and I would not give him or put him under too much pressure, because what I've noticed is it's pretty much fitting a square peg in a round hole, and he has been out of sorts, playing largely deep and defensive, and he's not able to show his true qualities in terms of what he's accustomed to doing and the position that he normally plays. And so when you take players out of their natural habitat, it takes some amount of time getting used to. And as you know, the time period in which players are called up to play international football, there is not much time to work with. So my recommendation is to play Leon in his natural position and see what happens from there.
Well, as far as I see, he is actually being deployed in his natural position. But however, these viewers, the game and how your team is playing dictates where on the field you turn up at particular ventures. And the fact of the matter is, Leon Bailey is coming inside and coming back a lot when we are in possession because of our lack of fluidity. But I'm not going to let off Leon Bailey that easily. As an elite player, so Leon Bailey would have played for Genk people. He did extremely well. That is exactly why Leverkusen paid the amount of money they did to bring him to Germany. He went to Germany and he excelled as well. He was German best player in the German 11 for the season. He had a lot of accolades in Germany. Brilliant against Bayern Munich. At one point there was rumors that Bayern Munich may be interested in Leon Bailey to how well he performed against them. He made his debut for Aston Villa, was special in the cameo. So Leon Bailey would have shown that, listen, again, for 3 different managers, he can excel. So it means that Leon Bailey must not allow Tapper to dictate what Leon Bailey does. Leon Bailey must tell Tapper what Tapper should do in terms of me, Leon Bailey, to get the best out of. You went through all this trouble to get Leon Bailey to come and play for the Reggae Boys. Remember, it was a standout between his handler, Craig Butler, and the JFF. Leon Bailey finally got an opportunity to play. Leon Bailey must tell Tapper Whitmore what is best for Leon Bailey to get the best out of Leon Bailey, because he's going to play because he's an elite talent. So we need the best out of Leon Bailey. So I'm not going to let Leon Bailey off the hook. He's going to say, listen, well, he's in a difficult situation, the team is not. He must tell Tapper what. This is what I need Theodore Tapper Whitmore to get for you to get the best out of me.
But in all fairness though, is Tapper prepared to build a team around Leon Bailey? And I will say no, right? We have big stars like Mikel Antonio, who is he's not prepared to build a team around him. He's not even prepared to give him an entire game per se. Whitmore has his own setup and his own concept and philosophy as to the way forward. And so I think it's just a pipe dream to think that he's going to be building a team around. Not in this campaign. And that is why I personally is questioning the coach's judgment and how he builds a team around his best players. Our best players, they are attackers. We should at least build a team around our attacking force. That's not what we're seeing. The team is restricted into a counter-attacking team, backs against forward. It looks like a training drill when we're playing. So I'm not prepared to see that happen. That's not going to happen.
Alright, viewers, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. I'm saying, I'm not asking Tapper to play the team or build the team around Leon Bailey. I'm saying Leon Bailey, once he's fit and available, he's going to play for Jamaica because he's an elite talent. He's a world-class player at his best, despite what idiots want to think. He is a world-class player.
He is.
And he must say to the coach, listen, this is how I believe that you can get the best out of me. Because, you like to talk about what is the norm in football. Your elite players, it is normal for your elite players to sit with the coach and say, listen, this is what we need to do. Because we are the key people. And we're talking about going attack. You know, defensively, it's normally a structure and you are organized and you know what you're going to do. But when you get the ball now, how do you get the best? Because you have to break down people and create a win. So I think the key attacking players must sit with the coach and say, listen, this is what we need to do for me. Because I agree that Leon Bailey has played better. He should play better, and there's no reason at the CONCACAF level for Leon Bailey is not playing better than what we're seeing for him. So I'm not going to let him off hook and just talk about, yes, I know the system and how Tapper plays is a part of it, but Leon Bailey must stand up and say, listen, this is not working, this is what we need to do, coach.
Well, in all fairness, how many players, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, apart from a few players in the world, who is it that is going to take over the dressing room and demand that a particular formation or structure is played? That's not going to happen. And if it is that we're struggling to put our best assets on the field in terms of our attackers or elite attackers, I can't see a team building around Leon. It is definitely a no-no. So I'm not going to be putting any huge responsibility on Leon and until we play Leon in his rightful position, Mikel Antonio rightful position, three across the front, I don't see any difference. In other words, we have been playing this kind of blue-collar football for many games and expecting something different to happen. I don't see anything different happening, especially for the US.
Well, as I said, he's been irrational again tonight, people. Talking about blue collar. I understand that Tapper struggles to get the best out of his team in terms of their fluidity going forward. Obviously, he's stubborn, and he will not be the coach after this. And I don't think he will ever coach Jamaica again. So he can continue to be stubborn if he wants. But the reality is that Leon Bailey has a legacy. He wants to play for Jamaica in the World Cup, and I'm saying if he continues to just sit back and allow it to happen as Tapper feels like, he's gonna look, because It has been what, 12 games or so now for Jamaica, and I think Leon Bailey has been really good in 3 games, and it was against very weak opponents. So he has been either okay, good, or ordinary for Jamaica. While for his club teams, he has been brilliant on many occasions, and that is exactly why he's a successful club player relative to other Jamaican-born players. So clearly, he has played for 3 different clubs and has done well, so he doesn't have an issue adjusting to different methods and system. He has shown that, so that is not an issue. The issue is clearly with our coach. He's not good enough as a coach. And Leon Bailey needs to take it up and say, listen, this is what I'm going to help you. I play in better system, for better coaches. I'm going to help you to get the best out of your attacking team and the best out of your team.
Well, at this point, I will say no more on the issue, and I'm going to leave it to the USA game to see if the coach Whitmore is going to play Leon in his natural position to bring out the best in him. And I'm going to say that, I'm prepared to say that it's not going to happen.
What is Leon Bailey's natural position? I don't get your point.
His natural position is out on the flank.
So what was he playing against El Salvador?
He was too much in the midfield, too deep in El Salvador. So the transition forward, it's laboring, he's surrounded, he's crowded. If you look at him carefully, he likes to play out wide, goes down, cut in, kick. That's his natural game. He's not coming out of midfield.
Yeah, but I explained to you the reason why he kept coming inside.
Yeah, but he should not.
If you have Grant and Watson, was lethargic, very slow, and they can't make long passes, it means that Leon Bailey have to be coming inside to try and receive passes.
And that is the problem. His starting position is wrong.
I agree.
Right, so the coach is setting up a starting position that doesn't bring out the best in Leon Bailey.
Fine, and he's consistent. Tapper Whitmore, people at this level, Tapper Whitmore cannot manage it. He's going to be upset if he sees this video, but it's the truth. He doesn't understand what it takes to elevate the team at this level, at the highest level in CONCACAF. So Leon Bailey cannot depend on Tapper to get the tactics right, the system right for him.
So it sounds like you're suggesting
Leon Bailey must insist that Tapper, this is what you need to do, this is what we want to get, this is who we are, this is what you will need to do to get the best out of us.
Well, my understanding of your argument is that you're suggesting some kind of mutiny, because for the players to go out there and play.
Not out there, they have to demand it in the dressing room, in training session, before they go.
And then the coach don't play their back.
Well, and Leon Bailey won't look like a jackass on the field, and people criticizing Leon Bailey that he's not world class. I hear some idiots on Facebook saying Leon Bailey is world class. You don't understand the game, people, if you think otherwise. They are showing it against better. Leon Bailey would have played against far better defenders when he plays against Bayern Munich and other teams in Germany and in England than he would play in CONCACAF, and he has performed. So clearly, it's not Leon Bailey is the issue.
Well, until we get the coaching right, the technical committee of the JFF must bear some responsibility and make some assessment as to what coach Whitmore, I was going to say Whitmore, as to what coach Whitmore is doing. And from all indications, he's not using our best assets correctly or in the proper way for them to be most effective. And so at this point, I am not putting any great responsibility or any great criticism on Leon. It is what it is. And Coach Whitmore has to take responsibility for the setup of the team to bring out the best in the players. No fault of Leon, he has nothing to do with what is happening.
Alright. Again, we're not going to agree fully on anything, so we're leaving it there. Remember, listeners, viewers, like, subscribe, and share. ZIDANE Matthews out.
Stay tuned.